What's up, guys? Nick here from Budget Decks. I'm here. I don't even know what I have. This is a collection of cards that my friend, Mr. Mustache, he gave me, and he's like here. I'm gonna say it in his voice. Hey Nick, hey Nick, profile one of my decks. This deck is $23.58, and I'm like, I'll do it, man. Let me play it a few times, and I'll figure out how to give the profile. I've played 5 games with this deck. I've pulled off some pretty interesting plays. I will say, just kind of going into this, if you're looking for a deck that's gonna win you the next fucking locals in under $30 or less, go somewhere else, dude. This deck is fucking. Oh god, I don't even know what to call this deck. I'm gonna call this the Rocky Road deck. This is the Rocky Road deck, and you'll see what I mean. So, first off, this deck is mostly rock based. As you can tell, we're running Gorgonic Guardian and a fucking rock monster for the top, card. Gorgonic Guardian, really good rank 3 rock card, does some negating. Giant Soldier of Steel, I think he's just an overpriced piece of shit, but let's be honest here, he looks cool. What even is his effect? I never even used the extra deck when I played this. It's unaffected by monsters' effects. Once per turn, detach 1, gains 1,000. Oh, what the fucking do? Gem Knight Pearl. So a rank 4, it's just a standard beater, and let's be honest, if you don't have a Gem Knight Pearl somewhere lying around, you suck. Next, one of my all-time favorite monsters is actually another rank 3, Acid Golem of Destruction. I really like this card, personally. Nice and shiny, and I love its effect. Granted, you can't special summon with it, but hey, 3,000 attack beater, that's a rock. It works with the deck, right? And then, last but not least, number 51, Finisher with a strong arm. You'll notice that a lot of these are very similar to my Magnet extra deck. You should totally check that video out. That deck's not 100% garbage. And this deck isn't garbage either. I won 2 games with it out of 5. So it's not complete trash. It's almost there, but it's not. This is also a deck that I fight a lot against, and I've actually lost to this deck more times than I'd care to admit. God, I don't even know how to fucking go into this. So, because it is not my deck, I am doing the format a little bit differently with the reveal. I'm going to be doing monsters, traps, and then spells. And the reason I'm doing traps after monsters is because it is a Mustache deck. Mr. Mustache is well known for his trap cards in our circle of dueling. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let's just kind of, whip it out there. For starters... fucking Christ. You're going to have 3 copies of Mind Golem. Yeah, when he's sent to the graveyard, you inflict damage to your opponent. It's an interesting card. So really put that in there. 3 copies of my boy Lost Guardian. This guy, original defense, it goes up based on the amount of rock monsters removed from play. They're only put him in frame there. He is really cool. Fun fact about this card is his original defense is a question mark. And then it becomes... Yeah, okay. Fun fact, it sucks. Next up, the boss monster of the deck, Double Mega Rock Dragon. What the fuck do you do? I never used you. It can't be normal summoned or set, so that's a good start. It can't be special summoned. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It cannot be special summoned except by removing from play a rock-type monster in your graveyard. And it becomes the attack and defense comes to the number of removed from play when special summoned by 7 times 700. Okay, so if I remove 10, his attack goes to 7,000. That's actually not too bad. I could see some play in this deck, and unfortunately, I never used him. Next, we do have a better version of Maneater Bug. We have Medusa Worm. We only run 2 because Lord knows what happened to the 3rd copy. For some reason, it's a rock, even though it probably should be a fucking worm, not like WYRM, but insect. You can, once per turn, you can flip it face down, and then when it flips up, you can target one monster, destroy it on your opponent's side. So, I mean, it's decent spot removal. Decent. It does target. Okay, now we're getting to the good cards. This card won me both of my games. 2 copies, a Monk Fighter. And you're like, what the fuck, Nick? How did this guy win 2 games? Battle damage to this card's controller that he or she takes becomes 0. That's fucking amazing. You want to know why? Set this guy up in attack position, just figure out a way to prevent him from being destroyed by battle, which we'll see later. And he kind of becomes this indestructible fucking dude with 1,300 attack. And I'm not gonna lie, this card actually won me both of my games, and that's not even a joke. And I'll show you why when I get to the other like combo piece with him. Hopefully that wasn't what Mustache Man was going for, but we never know. Then we do another copy, and then we do one copy of Guardian Statue. I'm too lazy to read his effect. I think it returns a monster from the field to the hand. Then we do a Great Spirit. Yeah, I'm not really going to bother with that. Not even going to try to pronounce that name. That's Sandman. Look at him. He's got 1900 attack. What a legend. And then we have another version of Man-Eater Bug, but kind of shittier, where it returns the card back to the hand. Golem Sentry. Then we have this guy. Not even trying. I don't fucking know what he does. Then Gigastone Omega. Look, wow. Hey, another. Wow, we have a lot of one-ofs, Nick. Yeah, I know. Isn't it great? And then Totem 5. That's a newer card. Yeah, Totem 5. Whoop-de fucking do. I don't really know what any of these do. Again, I never really played them, and you'll see why. You'll see why. And I already know you're all getting like huge boners over this deck right now. I know it's gonna be the next Tier 0 deck. I get it. But hear me out, guys. It gets better. 2 copies of Trap Hole. Now, this is where it becomes the Mustache deck. Trap cards are what Mr. Mustache is known for. Again, as you can probably tell, he wants to remain anonymous, so kudos to you, Mr. Mustache. I would like to point out the sun looks like it's drawn a little bit differently, or that might just be like some sort of guacamole or something right there on the card sleeve itself. But it's not texture. Wait, hold on. I'm actually curious. Is that guacamole or some shit? That's kind of gross. Oh, nope, it's on the card itself. All right, we got guacamole on the card itself. That's lovely. Must have been all those nights at Yard House and whatnot, drinking and eating chips and salsa and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At a bar at 2 in the morning. So 2 copies of Trap Hole. I live a sad life. 1 copy of Tier 0 Trash, Wabaku. 1 copy of Goat Trash, Sakuretsu Armor. 1 copy of Bottomless Trap Hole, because, you know, I guess regular Trap Hole is too expensive to buy a third. Then we run 1 copy of Release from Stone. You can just pause the video and read the effect on that one. I'm literally not even going to try to get into it. 1 copy of Macrocosmos. This card's actually important. Hold on. You can special summon 1 Helios promoted from your hand or deck. Okay, we don't have that in our deck, so there goes that one. When this card is on the field, you can banish the card when it's moved to the graveyard instead, which is pretty fucking good because this deck is based off of banishing, and you'll see why. Because the win condition of this deck is actually kind of fucking fantastic. And that's not sarcasm. While this entire video has been sarcasm, that statement is not sarcasm. The win condition of this deck is kind of great. I would love to actually like make a better version of this, but this is his deck, and I don't do copycat decks. 1 copy of old-fashioned thing, Michizuri. Yeah, fucking figure that out. And then the win condition, DD Dynamite. Only 1. This is a great card. Inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each of your opponent's cards that have been removed from play. And you're like, wow, I see there's a little bit of banishing going on in this deck, and it's like, oh, you don't even know the fucking half of it, kid, because we're about to get really moist. So DD Dynamite, really good card. I did 13,000 damage to a friend of mine because it includes the one in Graveyard as well. I do, right? Is that correct? Hold on. To your opponent's life points for each of your opponent's cards that have been removed from play. So that will do it. That would definitely do it. Then we do now the spells. 2 copies of Magnet Reverse. I believe this is just revival for the Machine or Rocks that are banished. Yes, it is. It's just basic revival. A copy of Chorus of Sanctuary. Increases defensive monsters. I mean, come on, man. Then we got... Fucking Christ. Then we have Card of Sanctity. Banish all cards you control and in your hands. Draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. Not too bad if, like, you top deck this and it's the only fucking card you have in your hand. It's not that bad. But Jesus fucking Christ. Come on. So many better draw spells. 1 copy of Soul Release. 1 copy of a poor man's, what's that one with the Fisher? It's Poor Man's Fisher. 1 copy of I don't like how many levels your monster has, aka Burden the Mighty. Let's just kind of fuck those things. And then 1 copy Dimensional Fisher, which is a faster version of that, like, holy looking dude trap card. Another copy of So, 1 copy of Soul Absorption. You know, life point increasing. That's pretty good. Now we come to the 3 most important cards in the entire fucking deck, not including DD Dynamite. This is the card, Catapult Zone, by the way. One of the more recent cards that came out. Catapult Zone. When I first saw this card, back when it came out, and I think it was Code of the Duelist or some shit like that. I don't know. When did it come out? I don't recognize those letters. It came out in a pack recently, maybe in the last year or so, and I was like, there's some chance here. Mr. Mustache only runs 1 of these cards in his deck, and I'll be honest, you should really, Mr. Mustache, if you're watching this video, because I know you fucking watch this shit, you should actually bump this up to 3, put in 2 terraformings, get rid of like some of those really useless spot removals that honestly you don't need because your monsters do a great job at that anyway. This card is overpowered as fuck in this deck because, you know, if you add it on top of the cards that banish cards instead of being sent to the graveyard, you're banishing a shit ton of shit. And, I mean, that's just fucking great right off the bat. Plus, you combo this with the fucking monk, and the monk just never fucking dies, and all your shit goes to the graveyard, and that's what you want, right? Right? I don't even fucking know. I don't even fucking know. I really hope you guys are not like, wow, it's Sunday morning, and my favorite YouTuber put this trash deck on there. And it's not trash, it's a good deck, because fuck this fucking card. Fuck this card. Fuck it. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Fuck this card. 2 copies of it. Fucking figure out what it does. It's bullshit. Fuck this card. I lost 3 games to this fucking card because, oh, you attack me at 3,000 attack and you banish all your shit. This literally banishes all your monsters from your graveyard and your fucking deck for all players. All players. Fun little quick story. My friend was playing a super heavy samurai deck and he immediately lost to Inferno Tempest because, well, he had no cards. So, really great card. Fuck this card. I hate this card. This card needs to be burned. And yeah. So, I hope you all enjoyed that fucking train wreck of a deck. Mr. Mustache, I really do, in all seriousness, while it is bad, while it is a deck I would not myself play, it is a very you deck because of all your traps in it. I do like it very much, and it is actually under $30, so there is that. I do not have the exact price because it's been about 4 weeks since I've actually priced this deck, so that being said, I am going to say it's, you know, probably $25 just to be safe. I know it was under that, but I'm just going to be safe, say 25. Since it is in my deck, I am going to rate it out of like a 10, I guess. I'm going to give this deck, I'm going to give this deck a 6 out of 10, like, fun-wise, and, like, competitive-wise, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. The extra deck is actually pretty solid, especially because Gorgonic Guardian, she herself is just so fucking good. What a great fucking card this little bitch is. Great fucking card. Gorgonic Guardian is a really good card, as is Finisher the Strong Arm. There's a lot of potential in this deck. There's some consistency issues, but honestly, all in all, it's a really fun deck to play. The few times I did play it, I did find myself really enjoying it. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters in Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you find yourself not enjoying playing a deck, you probably shouldn't be playing that deck. Which is why, I'm kind of going on a mini rant here, which is why you probably, you know, if you find yourself like, oh, I paid $100 for this deck and I honestly don't like it that much, you probably should reevaluate your choices. Maybe try something a little bit more original. While this deck isn't good, this deck is original. And Mr. Mustache, I have to give you props for that, because originality is no longer a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! As you've seen from a lot of my past videos. Like, they're just archetypes. So I am going to give you huge props for originality. Anyway, guys, so let me know what you thought of this deck. If you thought it was trash, you know, give it a thumbs down. If you thought it was good, give it a thumbs up. If you think you could do better with a similar build, do it. Yeah, that's really all I got. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good rest of your day and stay sexy. Toodles!